Welcome to our episode. Sorry, guys. Welcome back. We are on episode 11. Over to my gran.
Hello, everybody. We're back on track. We've left the farm life behind. We've eventually got the whole family settled down on the coast. So the fun now begins. Our two younger children, we used to go to the little school that it's closed down now, but there was a school here in Park Rennie, and so the two younger children went to school in Park Rennie, and the two elder children were at the Scotborough High School. But the funny thing was, when we first moved down here, I think the town children used to think, oh, they're just little farm boys. We'll get the better of them. And one day we were standing on the veranda, my father-in-law and I, and my youngest son and his friend were walking up the road. And before we knew what had happened, my son was down on the ground and his friend was on top of him. And of course, being a mother, I got very upset and I was just about ready to rush out. And my father-in-law said, leave them, leave them. And it wasn't long before my son was on top of the other little chap. So they soon found out that although they were farm children, they weren't stupid. And that particular chappie became his best friend. Now, my eldest daughter, because she had to catch up on 6 months, she had to go and get extra learning. She had to pass her. She didn't do geography in Ecopa, and so she had to do a whole year in 6 months. But she promised us that if we moved her, that she would pass, which she did. And as I say, my eldest son as well, he'd moved down, and he was also then in Scotborough. And funny, even in high school, they seemed to think that farm children weren't as clever as the town children, because quite a few people of the children in the high school tried to get clever with him as well. But they soon found out that he wasn't just a little farm boy. Anyway, life carried on here, a lot of activities. We were still at the Cutty-Sark, so it was so nice that we didn't have to travel now, that we were right online. And I mean, it was just packing up. On a Saturday, we used to just pack the band equipment and move over. So my husband used to play tennis, and he'd play tennis on a Saturday and make sure that he was home in time. Now, we used to transport all our organs and all our equipment that we used to play in the band, and one of them was a very heavy organ. And the strange thing was, my husband said the only person that could lift the organ properly with him was my eldest son. Although he wasn't big, but he had a lot of strength in him, and he was the one that always used to help. And this particular Saturday, he saw that we'd pulled the truck out and we were ready to pack the instruments, and he knew he was late, and he came rushing on his bike down the road. And oh my goodness me, he bumped into a car that was going the other way. Well, he was knocked out actually. Now we had the problem of getting him sorted out. Let somebody stay with him, because he'd been knocked out, and we worried about him. We were semi-conscious. But these were the things that used to happen. All of a sudden, something would spring up, and it would cause a bit of a problem, but we always sorted it out. I'm going to close off now, because actually we've suddenly realized we could come on a line again, and I just want to get a few more stories ready for you. So for now, until we online again, I'll say cheerio, and it's very, very nice to be back chatting to you. So from Nicole and myself, we'll just say have a good evening.